I hope you don't mind me messaging you so suddenly. This is Linda, Millie's mother. It's lovely to finally talk to you.
No, of course not. It's great to hear from you, Linda. I'm Noah. I've been dating Millie for about a year now. And you've probably already heard the news from Millie.
Yes, I've heard a lot about you from my daughter. She also let us know that you proposed to her. My husband and I were delighted to hear the wonderful news.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that she actually said yes.
Congratulations. She told me everything about where and how it happened. Sounds like you had this proposal planned for a long time, considering the fact that you managed to book a private room at a 5-star restaurant. I hear that they're almost always fully booked, so I was surprised to hear that you made a reservation. My daughter said that she had a wonderful time and that it was a lovely restaurant. You've got very good taste. A lot of men don't realize that those kinds of details mean a lot, but my daughter's very lucky that you put money where it matters.
Oh, no, it's no big deal. I just looked for a restaurant that I thought that she might like. I wanted to do whatever I could to raise my chances of her saying yes.
Oh my, how adorable. Were you really that worried she might turn you down?
Well, I don't have much experience with dating women, so I did a lot of research. I did everything possible to make things perfect.
It sounds like you really did put a lot of effort to grab my daughter's heart. I've wanted to talk to you for a long time, so I'm glad I've finally gotten the chance. I was wondering what kind of person you were and what my daughter likes about you. But it looks like I don't have to worry. You seem like a very sincere and honest person.
I can understand why you're so worried. I think I'd be worried too if I had never met my own daughter's fiancé before.
I'm sorry that I messaged you like this, out of the blue. I asked my daughter if I could send you a message because I was so curious about you.
You don't have to apologize. I've been pretty curious about you and Millie's dad myself. I was wondering when I would get the chance to talk to you both. I'm glad that we've had the chance to talk like this, even if it's just over line.
Yes, me too. I'm very relieved that you seem like such a nice young man.
Have I measured up to your expectations?
I really am sorry. You must feel like I'm testing you and judging whether you're really worthy of being with our daughter. I'm sorry if I've made you feel uncomfortable. I shouldn't have been so insensitive. Our daughter is an only child, so my husband and I have a tendency to be overly protective of her. I hope you'll forgive me.
No, it's no problem. It's only a matter, of course, that you're curious and anxious about what kind of person your daughter is dating.
Exactly. We can't help but be a little anxious. We've always been so protective of her and kept her away from anything we thought might be of harm to her, so she probably's grown up a little clueless about how the real world works. She can be very naive, and that makes her a perfect bait for anyone attempting to deceive her. You can understand why we'd want to do everything possible to prevent that, can't you?
What about me? Do you think that you can trust me with your daughter?
Oh, I can definitely trust you, Noah. I've only heard good things from my daughter about you, and as far as I can tell, you seem like a very honest person.
Oh, really? What have you heard about me from Millie?
She told us how you lined up for 8 hours in a queue to buy her a birthday present. I've never heard of a boyfriend that's gone to such lengths for their partner after just a few months of dating. Not only that, she said it was a very chilly day and that you ended up catching a cold afterwards.
She's just exaggerating. It was just a mild fever. It wasn't that big a deal. If anything, it's embarrassing that I ended up getting sick from being out in the cold for just a few hours.
She told us about how you met, too. About how you chased away a strange man that was insisting on getting her phone number, no matter how much she turned him down. You accompanied her until she got into a taxi to go home, didn't you? You're a wonderful person. If only more men were like you.
I didn't do anything that heroic. I wish I could have shown a cooler side of myself, but to be honest, I was shaking the entire time I was telling him to leave her alone. I don't think I could have been of much help if he had gotten violent.
It doesn't matter if you were afraid. What matters is that you had the courage to stand up to him and stop him from bothering my daughter. I can understand why she fell in love with you. I don't think she could have let you get away that easily after you came to her rescue like that.
Thank you for saying that, Linda. That makes me feel a lot more confident as Millie's fiancé.
Of course, and you're not just brave, you're very polite, and you seem like a gentleman. I think that I could trust you to take care of my daughter. I've spoken with my husband, and we were saying that it might be nice to have dinner together, all 4 of us. Do you have some time to come over and eat lunch next week? I'll prepare something for us to eat, so would you come with our daughter?
Really? I was hoping to meet you both as well, so I'd love to, if you don't mind having me.
Then it's decided. I'd be happy to make you both something to eat. I can't wait to meet you both together. Don't you ever come back here. You've finally shown your true colors. I know exactly what kind of person you are and what you're playing. I don't want you coming near my daughter ever again. Do you understand me?
Linda, this is all just a huge misunderstanding. If you could just listen to me. I'm not unemployed. It's just a little difficult to explain.
If you have trouble explaining what you're doing, then you're unemployed. It's as simple as that. There's no use trying to use smoke and mirrors to trick me.
I'm an investor. I'm earning a proper salary so you don't have to worry about your daughter. I'm not going to take advantage of her.
But Millie said herself that you're always at home. If you're always at home, then how on earth could you be earning anything? How can I trust you?
I'm always at home because I'm working from home. I don't need to go anywhere if I have my laptop.
Besides, it's not just the fact that you're unemployed. I have a problem with the reason you gave for leaving your previous job, too. You said you left your job because of your mental health, didn't you?
To be precise, it didn't go that far. I didn't get depressed or anything, but I felt that I was on the verge of suffering from depression because of the issues I was having with coworkers and my managers. But ever since leaving that job, I felt much better about myself and a lot more confident. I became an investor when I started buying shares during my hiatus. It's been a few years since I started, and I've gotten a hang of it, so I'm earning a lot more nowadays.
You really want to call yourself an investor? Oh, you're just saying that for appearances.
Why would I go that far to lie to you about the work that I'm doing? Do you have any proof that I'm making all of this up?
Of course it's a lie. How could someone who's suffering from a mental issue manage to turn their life around so quickly with a big break like that? It's impossible. And most importantly, you say that you have all this money, but you don't look rich at all. You look like any other person on the street. Because of everything Millie said about you being so kind and coming to her rescue from that creep asking for her number, I expected you to be a little more handsome, but in reality, you look boring and crude. There's nothing gentlemanly about you. When you mentioned that you left your job for mental health reasons, I wasn't surprised at all. You look like the typical crazy person.
That's the first time I've ever been told anything like that. I accept that I must look pretty boring. I've never had much confidence in my looks, and I'm not great with fashion, so I can't argue with that.
Exactly. If you were really rich, then you should be wearing designer items and trying to look the part. You could at least have worn an expensive watch to prove it, but you don't have anything.
I spend money on food, but I don't really use it on anything else. I'm not really interested in designer fashion either.
I have an acquaintance that's suffering from depression, so I know everything there is to know about people with mental health issues. It's not that easy to recover from something like that. People with depression are unfit for working in society and can't do anything by themselves. And yet you changed jobs to become an investor? Do you really think that I would believe that it was as simple as that? Oh, there's no way you could have made such a miraculous comeback.
Not everyone suffers from depression and recovers from it in the same way. There are some who can. And managed a miraculous recovery when I found what I felt was my life's work in investing. And I believe that Millie told you that I'm not unemployed too. Can't you believe what your own daughter is saying? She's been working at home, so she knows that I'm not just sitting around doing nothing.
But that is all you're doing. You spend the entire day sitting in front of the laptop staring at nothing, aren't you? How could Millie know what you're really doing if she's not watching you for the entire time? My daughter's being tricked by you. I just know it.
I'm not tricking her.
You say that you're earning a proper salary, but I bet that you're just using the savings you made when you were working a full-time job and waiting for your chance to live off my daughter. You're going to make up some convenient excuse that your investment didn't go well and make her pay for everything for you, you parasite. You're trying to take advantage of her. I just know it. I'm not going to let you get away with it. Mark my words. I'll show her what you're really like.
What do I have to say to get you to believe me? I don't have any sick ulterior motive like that. I don't plan on becoming a parasite either. I just really want to be with her and make her happy.
Sure, I was tricked once by that sweet talk of yours. You seemed so honest and sincere, which is rare nowadays, but it's a shame I can't approve of you. I have a message from my husband, too. He says to never come near our daughter ever again, you con artist, or he'll call the police on you.
Linda, please. Would you please listen to what I have to say? I can't give up on Millie that easily.
What do you want? Are you still going on with all your lies and excuses?
I'm happy that you've finally gotten around to answering my messages. I want to fix the misunderstanding that you and your husband have about me. You've got to let me have another chance with Millie.
Well, I think that we've already told you enough times that this is it for the both of you. We're not letting a loser like you marry our daughter. You don't have a job and you don't have the money to say you have. We're sick of your lies.
But I can't just give up on her.
You're a very persistent man, I'll give you that. There must still be something wrong with you if you're that obsessed with being with our daughter. If you're not careful, you're going to end up becoming a stalker if you keep on bothering us like this. Don't come near our daughter. It's obvious that you're a danger to society. You should be put in a hospital.
What kind of threat do you think I am? I'm not going to do anything to her. I just want you and Millie's dad to explain to me what I do for a living. You're obviously misunderstood about what I do. And if that's the reason why you don't want me to be with your daughter, then I can't just give up without trying to explain myself. All of your comments about me being mentally ill and about me being unemployed are all untrue. That's all your assumption, not my reality.
But it's the truth. You can't play dumb now. It looks like our daughter has been chosen as the target of your insidious little trap. But we're not letting you get away with it. You're abnormal is what you are. If things were to turn out like this, we should have kept a closer eye on her and put limits on who she could meet and see. I regret having invited you over to have lunch and let you into our house. If you ever turn up at our house, I'll be calling the police. Remember that.
Why won't you listen to anything I have to say? Why can't you believe the choice that your daughter made? She's the one that said yes to my proposal.
Why should I listen to anything you have to say? Your words don't mean anything. You may be able to deceive our daughter with that tactic, but you'll never be able to trick us. You must have thought that Millie was an easy target because of how ignorant she is, but as long as she's got us protecting her, she'll be fine. It was brainless of you to think that we would be just as ignorant. But what a shame. We're a lot smarter than that.
I'm not trying to tell you that you've got me all wrong. I'm not as untrustworthy as you think. And do you realize that you're belittling your own daughter in the process? She's not as ignorant as you say. Millie's her own adult, and she can deal with her own problems.
Oh, shut up. You don't know a single thing about our daughter. She really is ignorant. She doesn't know just how dangerous the wide world is. That's partially our fault, since we've always been far too protective of her. But at least she's better off than you, considering what a failure you've become.
Than me? What do you mean?
I mean that you clearly haven't had a proper upbringing. If you'd been raised with a little more care, then you probably wouldn't have turned into such a pathological liar.
Wait a second. Are you saying that my parents didn't raise me properly? Are you really going to bring them into this conversation? My parents have nothing to do with this. So please stop talking badly about them.
Or your parents' con artists, just like you. Is your entire family a line of liars, good-for-nothings, and failures? That's even more reason for us to disapprove of you getting married to our daughter. We don't want to mix with people like you.
All right. If you're going to go that far, then I'll give up on Millie. I won't go near her ever again. But trust me, you're going to regret this down the road. You're going to wish that you never spoke about my family like that. Good luck with paying off the debt.
What? What debt are you talking about? We're not in any debt.
Oh, I don't know. Since it's got nothing to do with me anymore. Maybe you should go and ask your precious daughter what I mean. She can answer you. Anyway, I won't message you again. Goodbye.
Noah, please answer me. Is it true that our daughter is in debt?
Yes, it's true. You finally heard the truth from her?
But why? Why is she in so much debt? Oh, it's impossible. How could this be happening? Is this your fault too? Did you do this to her?
She told me herself that she got into that debt before she met me. She must have been too ashamed to tell you both.
So she got into debt over a year ago? Why? How could she end up in debt?
Apparently, she was really addicted to shopping at the time and ended up buying too much on a credit card. She told me that it wasn't rare for her to end up spending over $10,000 a month. That irresponsible spending continued for a while, and she was borrowing money from a lot of companies in order to pay off the debt on her credit card. Before she knew it, she owed a total of $80,000, and she had no way of paying it off.
What? 80,000? I can't believe it. And did you know about that when you proposed to her? Oh, you couldn't have.
I did. I was pretty surprised when she told me, but it didn't give me any reason to leave her. I didn't want to abandon her for a reason like that. It looked like she already learned her lesson, and she promised that she would never waste money like that ever again. So, when I proposed to her, I told her that I would pay off her debt in her stead when we got married. I promised her that she wouldn't have to worry about money as long as she kept her promise too. To me, $80,000 isn't a lot of money, so I didn't mind parting with it, with the hope that we would work together to stay clear of overspending in the future.
What? We're talking about the same $80,000, aren't we? How is it not a lot of money? Just how much money do you have? Were you serious about being an investor?
How many times did I tell you? Way too many to count, to be honest.
No way.
You were so absorbed in your delusions of what kind of bad guy I was that you couldn't stop your insults for 1 second. You could have just listened, but you didn't. Your loss. And now, I've broken off the engagement with your daughter. Are you happy now? We're not getting married, and I'm not going anywhere near her, ever again.
I already know that. She's right here, crying her eyes out and having a tantrum. That's why I messaged you. She's telling me that it's my fault that you're not going to pay off her debt for her. But I didn't know about any of the promises you made to each other.
Are you trying to say that it's not your fault because you didn't know? You're really going to shift the blame after everything you said? No matter what anyone says, it's your fault. You're the reason why your daughter lost the chance to marry a gold mine, and now she's stuck with that mountain of debt all on her own.
What? My daughter never thought of you as a gold mine. How horrible. She's not a gold digger.
But she does.
No, she doesn't. She would never.
If I think back on all our time together, it was pretty stupid of me to think that she was really in love with me. There's no way she could have gotten over her shopping addiction that easily. And one big sign is the fact that she's never offered to split the bill. I should have realized sooner. It's too risky to decide to marry a woman that is over $80,000 in debt, especially when we're both so young. I think I made the right decision by breaking up with her.
Wait, but she's crying. She really doesn't want you to leave her. She's saying that she'll do whatever she has to do to get you back together. Can't you rethink breaking off the engagement?
You're the one who told us to break up, and yet you're trying to put us back together? I thought you said that you didn't want your daughter marrying a good-for-nothing man like me, from a family of liars and failures. Those are all words you insulted me and my parents with. You don't have to lie to me. I know that you're over the moon now that Millie and I aren't going to get married anymore.
No, I was just misunderstanding about you, Noah. I am sorry. Please, I know that you're a much better person than this. My daughter owes you so much for offering to save her from so much debt. We all owe you for being so kind.
It's too late to start praising me now. I'm not going to fall for the act, and I'm never going to forget the fact that you insulted my parents.
Noah, I'm really sorry. Please forgive us.
Will you please leave me alone? I'm not opening the door, so there's no point begging on my doorstep. All of my neighbors can see you three on your knees, and it's really embarrassing. And you're in the way. Go home. And if you don't want me to call the police and have them remove you, then I suggest that you leave right now.
Please. Can't you see how serious we are? We'll get down on our knees. We'll do anything just for your forgiveness. I'm so sorry that I was so rude to you and your parents.
I don't need your apologies, Linda. I just want all of you off of my property. Go home.
We can't leave, not until you rethink breaking off the engagement with Millie. She says that she wants to get back together again.
I told you already, didn't I? I believe that I made the right decision by breaking up with her. That's the conclusion I came to after thinking about our relationship. I've already made up my mind, and nothing will change that. If anything, thank you for giving me the chance to think carefully about our future and put a stop to it before we got married. Getting divorced would have been pretty complicated.
If you can't think of getting back together with her, then can I ask you for one little favor? Could you lend us some money? Please, just $10,000 will be enough. I won't ask for anything more than that.
What? Why should I do you a favor in return for you leaving me alone?
We don't have the money to pay the $80,000 to the banks and companies my daughter owes, but I'm also aware that we have a duty as her parents to clean up after her. We want to help her pay back her debt. My husband and I are currently talking to relatives and friends who can lend us money to pay it off, but as you can probably guess, it's not going so well.
So, you think that I should cooperate? Why? You don't have any right to ask me to give you money. Do you even realize how obnoxious you're being? Don't you have any shame?
I know that I'm doing something unforgivable and that you must think that I have no morals, but if you really don't help us, then our entire family will end up on the street. We won't have enough money to pay for the bills or for the rent. Please, we would do anything to help our daughter. That's all we ask.
Okay, then go ahead and help your daughter. You said that you would do anything, so do what you have to do. However, I don't want you involving me. I'm not interested in helping any of you, so you'll have to manage alone. I don't have any obligation to help you or your family.
Noah, I actually looked some things up on the internet. I found out that you're actually a very famous investor, aren't you? You had been telling the truth from the very beginning, and yet I had been rude enough to run my mouth with insults just because I assumed that you had been lying. I really regret not listening to you sooner, and I am very sorry for the way I treated you. I wish I could take everything back, but it's too late for that.
Yeah, you were going on a literal rampage. No matter how many times I told you to listen to me, you wouldn't believe anything I said, and even went as far as to say that I was lying. I think it's the first time I've ever felt so unpleasant when talking to someone.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to protect my daughter. That's all I could think about. I couldn't stop myself from trying to chase you away when I thought that you could be tricking my daughter into marrying her so that you could leech off of her. Oh, please forgive me.
You were calling me abnormal and talking about me as if there was something wrong with me too. But if you ask me, you're the one that's abnormal, Linda. After that, my fiancée and her family ended up drowning in debt. Millie had no way of paying off the debt she owed, so she had to rely on her parents. But unsurprisingly, they didn't have a lot of money to spare themselves, and in the end, they had no choice but to sell their home in order to pay off a portion of the debt. However, not only was their house pretty old, the location it was in wasn't very great, so they didn't get as much money for it as they hoped they would. Even after giving up their home and selling some prized possessions, they couldn't pay off the entire debt, so they're still struggling to earn money to make the payments. Apparently, Millie's parents have had to get part-time jobs, and they're all still working day and night to pay off the debt. They've moved to a tiny cheap apartment where they don't have much space and have been forced to be extremely frugal. It seems that they've been in touch with relatives and going around to friends to beg for help, but it looks like they haven't found anyone willing to help them in their time of need. But I'm not really surprised that everyone has turned them away. Considering the way they treated me, I can imagine that they had the same issues among relatives, and that they probably didn't have a lot of trust from anyone outside their family. At every turn, I can't help but think that it was the right idea to cancel my engagement with Millie, especially now that I know that her own extended family wants nothing to do with her. It was a tough experience to realize that the woman I wanted to marry was actually just interested in my money, but I also feel that it was a necessary stepping stone in learning more about the real world. The reality is that there are just some families that are just a piece of trash, just like Millie's. I hope that one day I'll have the chance to meet a wonderful woman with a wonderful family.
Hello, Susie. It's Patricia. I was wondering if you have some time to talk. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Yes, of course. I'm actually on my way to my parents' house, so do you mind if we continue messaging? I'm on the train, so I can't make a phone call.
Of course I don't mind. I'm sorry to bother you at such an inconvenient time.
No, it's no problem. It's still a long way until I have to get off, and I didn't have anything else to do. I'm glad you messaged me. Anyway, is there something I can help you with? It's pretty rare for you to message me like this.
Well, the thing is, I actually wanted to ask you something about my son. How has Owen been doing lately? Has there been anything off about his behavior? Or has he mentioned anything about trouble at work?
Owen? I don't think so. He's been perfectly normal. Didn't you get to see him last weekend? I thought that he went to visit you guys. Or that's what he told me.
Yes, he was here. There's no mistake about that. It's just... This might be my imagination, but I felt like he wasn't his usual self. It seemed like he was lost in his thoughts, and we didn't really get to hear much from him.
Oh, really? Well, that's strange. I haven't noticed anything myself. Did he say anything that made you think that something was off?
Not really. It's not what he said, but more his demeanor. I thought that he was completely fine, but I started to feel that something was off after he went back home. I realized that it looked like he was deep in thought about something, like he didn't know what to do. He wasn't talking as much as he usually does, too, or at least that's how I felt. I messaged him after he left because I was worried about him, and I asked him if he was okay, but he only replied that there was nothing wrong. I really can't help but feel like there's something off about his behavior.
Nothing really comes to mind. I wonder what could be bothering him. Oh, no, there is something. He mentioned that he was having a hard time sleeping.
Oh, really? He's been having trouble sleeping? So he just seemed a little off because he was tired?
Yes, that must be it. I haven't noticed anything strange about him at home, and I think everything's going well at work. I can understand that you must be worried, but I think he's fine.
Oh, then it must have all been my imagination. How silly of me. You live with him, so if you say that he's fine, then he must be fine. Thank you, Susie. I feel much better now. I'm sorry I disturbed you for something so silly. I've probably become more worrisome and quick to assume things because of how old I've gotten, but I'm glad I was able to talk to you about it.
It's no problem. If you ever want to ask me something, feel free to message me. It's possible that Owen's bothered about something that he feels he can't share with me, and that's why he hasn't been showing any signs of being troubled by something when he's at home. I'll make sure to keep an eye on him and check if there seems to be anything wrong. I'll let you know if I figure anything out.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm so glad that you married Owen, Susie. You're a wonderful daughter-in-law, and I'm sure that Owen feels that he's lucky that he married you.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. I'm lucky to have such a caring mother-in-law. But now you mention that Owen's been acting strange, I can't help but feel a little worried too. I wonder if he's really okay. I was planning on staying over at my parents' house tonight after spending the day with them, but do you think that I should go back home and stay by Owen's side just in case? Will he be okay alone?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sorry I made you worry. It's just for one night, and you should spend some time with your parents, too. Don't worry about Owen. It's probably just a lack of sleep, and it might be my imagination. Take your time with your parents.
You think so? He may have an assistant to help him, but he is essentially running a company all on his own. I think the job of CEO must be a lot more mentally and physically stressful than I think it is. I wonder if he's really okay.
Yes, that's true. There must be a lot that he's worried about that he can't even share with all of us. It would be difficult for us to understand if we've never experienced it for ourselves. But that's nothing new. He's been running that company for a few years now, and even though you said that everything's going smoothly, I can't imagine that it would suddenly affect him like that. I think that he was just tired, that must be it.
I've been making sure to give him herbal tea like chamomile and lavender in the evenings to help him sleep better, but, well, perhaps that's not enough. I'll look something up and see if there's anything else I can do to help him rest.
Thank you. I'll try looking for some items for sleeping too, like an eye mask or some music. But would you mind letting me know if anything changes and you notice something odd about Owen? He has a bad habit of trying to deal with everything on his own and doesn't really share anything with the people around him.
Of course, leave him to me. I'll let you know as soon as anything comes up. Thank you for messaging me, Patricia. Owen and I will go and visit sometime soon.
I'm looking forward to it. You and Owen haven't been to visit together in a long time, so we would be very happy if you both came and spent a weekend here with us.
Patricia, there's something I have to tell you. I think you should sit down, and I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Susie? You never messaged me this late at night. What's the matter? Is something wrong?
I'm really sorry.
What? Susie? What's happened? You're scaring me. Are you okay? Did something happen between you and Owen?
Owen's gone. He's dead. He's not coming back.
What? You're joking.
It's true. I'm not lying to you.
Susie, there are some things you should say and shouldn't say. This is the latter. It's not funny, so please, be serious. How could Owen be dead? It's impossible. I only just messaged him this morning. He was fine. There wasn't anything wrong with him.
There was a car accident.
No, this cannot be happening. It can't be true. Owen's the safest driver I know. He's annoyingly meticulous about following traffic rules, and he never goes above the speed limit. There's no way he could be in a car accident. Or was there a DUI that crashed into him from the other side of the road? What happened?
Do you remember when we talked about him not having enough sleep, and we said that we'd come up with some other solutions? Well, the truth is he started taking sleeping pills just a few weeks ago, but he was sleeping better for a while, and...
Are you saying that he had an accident because of the sleeping pills? He fell asleep at the wheel?
It looks like the police are investigating the crash with that in mind. It seems that he crashed alone, so that's their main stance.
But why would he be in an accident this late at night? I don't understand where he could have been driving to. And why would he get into his car after taking sleeping pills? It doesn't make any sense. There's no way he would do something so irresponsible. Please, Susie, tell me that you're lying. You're just joking, aren't you? Please, Susie, please tell me it's not true. He can't be gone.
I wanted to believe that it was a lie, too. I couldn't believe that I would never see him again. But I suddenly got a phone call from the hospital telling me that I had to come right away. But by the time I arrived, he was already gone. Apparently, he was already dead when he crashed. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Patricia. I should have called you as soon as I got the phone call from the hospital. And I should have let you both know. But I panicked, and I could only think of going to see Owen. I didn't think of anything else, and I didn't call you. I'm sorry.
It's fine. That must have been hard for you to hear, Susie. I think I would have done the same in your situation. You shouldn't blame yourself for not contacting us.
Sorry.
Please don't apologize. But I guess this means that I have no choice but to accept that Owen really is gone.
Yes, he's gone.
Oh, he really is dead. My Owen.
Patricia, are you okay? Is Owen's dad there with you?
I'm sorry, my brain just can't seem to catch up with everything. You're right, I have to go and tell my husband.
Yes, I don't think you should be alone right now.
Yes, thank you. My husband and I will head over to the hospital as soon as we can. Oh, I've got to tell him. How am I supposed to tell him?
I'm so sorry, Patricia.
It's not your fault, Susie. There is nothing for you to apologize for. Please don't blame yourself. Anyway, we will be right there, so just wait for us. You shouldn't be alone either.
Thank you. I'll send you the address right now.
Yes, please. Thank you. I don't think I can search for it myself in this state. Thank you for being so considerate, but make sure to take care of yourself first, okay? Find somewhere you can sit down and rest until we arrive. Susie, are you okay? How are you feeling? I asked one of the staff at the funeral, and they told me that you had been taken to hospital. Can you reply to this message when you wake up? Let me know how you're doing when you see this message. Please, I'm very worried.
Patricia, I'm really sorry for making you worry. Has the funeral already finished? Has the casket already left?
Yes, it's just finished. A few people have started leaving, but Owen's casket is still here. They'll be transporting him to the cremation center in about 10 minutes, but... More importantly, Susie, are you feeling okay? Are you still lightheaded? What did the doctor say?
I'm feeling a little better, thank you. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I collapsed in the middle of the funeral like that.
Oh, don't apologize, Susie. I can understand that it was just too shocking to bear. I'm just glad you're okay.
But I should have stayed at the funeral home no matter what. I feel pathetic that I couldn't fulfill my job as his wife and send him off properly.
You don't have to worry about that. You did everything you could. You're just a little exhausted is all. The staff are starting to get ready to move Owen. We'll be heading to the cremation center too, but will you be okay? I was thinking about asking them if they can delay the cremation by a few days, if that's what you want. That way you can have some more time to say goodbye.
No, it's okay. I'll head to the cremation center too. I can't drag this out any longer. I've got to pull myself together and say goodbye.
Is it okay for you to be moving around already? You should rest if you aren't feeling up to it.
It'll be fine. It's just a mental issue. And it's probably because I haven't been able to sleep very well these past few days. I can't miss Owen's funeral and his cremation.
Yes, that must be it. You must be exhausted. You mentioned that you haven't been able to eat since Owen passed away, too.
Yeah.
I can understand how difficult it must be, but you've got to try and force yourself to eat something. Start with something easy to digest, like yogurt or some porridge. You don't want to collapse again. And Owen would hate to see you suffering so much because of his death.
Yes, I know. He would be so upset to see me like this. I've really got to snap out of it and come back to reality. I've still got to organize and clean up all of his things. I need to go to his office and collect all of his personal items. And I need to move house. Oh, there's so much I need to do, but I can't bring myself to do any of it. Oh, and my parents told me that they want me to come back home for a little while, too. They're worried about leaving me all on my own in that big house.
Yes, I can imagine. You shouldn't be alone. I think it's a good idea for you to do as your parents say, and go home with them for a while until you're ready to find your own apartment.
But now that Owen's gone, I don't have any money to pay for the bills. I don't know what to do. It'll take time until I can access the money he left behind for me, too. I don't know how I can pay for the rent. Everything is completely new to me, and it's all so confusing.
Don't worry, Susie. My husband and I will pay for the rent until you receive your part of the inheritance. You should just relax and stay with your parents until then.
Are you really sure? I can't make you do that.
His account's been frozen, so there's no other way for you to pay the bills, is there? You were a full-time housewife, so it would have been best if you had made a joint account, but nobody could have anticipated Owen passing away so suddenly. And especially because it was so sudden, you should take some time away and think about your mental health above everything else. You need time.
Patricia, oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. It's too difficult for me to stay in that house knowing that Owen's not coming back. I keep on waiting and waiting, but it's so empty without him. It's too much, just seeing all of his things around the house in exactly the same place as he last touched them. I feel like I can't even breathe there.
If it's that difficult, then how about we tidy up Owen's things for you?
No, I can't ask you to do that. I've already been an inconvenience to you both. I don't want to be any more of a burden.
You are not a burden, Susie. Don't say that. In situations like these, I'm the type that needs to keep on moving around. I like to focus on doing tasks, otherwise I won't stop thinking. I'm not very busy right now, and if I don't have something to take my mind off of things, then I might end up collapsing next.
Patricia, well, if you really insist, then I'd be really happy if you could do that for me. I'll be staying at my parents' house for a while, so I won't get in your way.
Leave it to me, Susie. I'll have everything done in no time. If there's anything you don't want me to touch, then let me know in advance and I'll stay clear of those areas.
Yes, thank you so much. Then I'll head over to the cremation center and say goodbye to Owen.
Will you be okay on your own? Is someone going to drive you? If you're still at the hospital, then my husband and I can go and pick you up.
Oh, no, it's okay. My friend is here with me, so I'll be okay on my own.
All right, as long as you're not coming alone. We'll be waiting for you at the cremation center. I've asked them to wait until you arrive, so take your time, okay? Take care. Hello, Susie. It's been a while. Are you still at your parents' house?
Patricia, it's lovely to hear from you. Yes, I am. I finally managed to eat more and have some more sleep. I'm really grateful to you for taking over cleaning up Owen's things for me. It's helped a lot.
Is that so? Well, that's good to hear. Have you already finished sending all of the documents necessary for the inheritance?
Yes, I've already sent everything to my lawyer. He's dealing with all the procedures on my behalf. I can't make you and Owen's dad pay the rent for me forever, so I've been trying to get things over there done with as quickly as possible. It looks like I'll be able to receive the inheritance in another 2 weeks or so. I don't think it'll take much longer than that, so I'll be able to pay for next month's rent on my own. Thank you so much for paying for this month's rent. I'm really grateful to you both for being so kind to me.
Susie, there are a few things that I'm still finding difficult to believe about Owen's death.
I know, I feel the exact same way. I can't believe God could do something so cruel. Owen didn't deserve to die so soon. He should have lived a happy, full life. He was too kind to be taken away from us so quickly. I can't believe that he's not here with us anymore, that I'll never be able to see him ever again. You feel the same way as I do, don't you, Patricia?
Why don't you stop with the "I'm still in denial" act? I already know everything.
Act? What are you talking about? I'm not acting like I'm in denial. I really am in denial.
I got a letter from my son.
What? You're talking nonsense. A letter from Owen, but Owen's already dead. How could he have sent you a letter?
It's a letter he wrote and sent before he died.
What? What do you mean? Did he crash on purpose? To commit suicide?
It looks like it. But you're wrong about one thing. He was planning to die on a completely different day to the one that he crashed on. Let me give you a hint, Susie. Do you remember what day it was last week Friday?
Last week Friday? Was that the day he planned to die on? I'm sorry, I've been having a hard time keeping track of time and the date ever since Owen passed away. Was there something special about that day?
Really? You don't remember? It was supposed to be your wedding anniversary.
What?
My son was planning on killing himself on the day of your anniversary. That's why he had arranged for this letter to be sent to us a week after the date. This was supposed to be his suicide note, his final goodbye to us.
I didn't know. I can't believe I didn't realize that he was planning anything like that.
By the way, it says in this letter that your abuse was the reason why he decided to kill himself. He's written everything about how you put trash in his food, how you made food using the ingredients that he's allergic to, that you even used a stun gun to wake him up in the middle of the night. What kind of monster are you?
What are you talking about? Of course that's not true. I would never do anything like that.
You treated him like that because you were just after his money, weren't you? And you were having an affair, too. You've been sleeping with another man ever since you first married Owen. He's written all of the details of what you've done to him ever since you first got married.
Patricia, this is too horrible. I didn't know that you could be so cruel. I understand that you're shocked about Owen's death, but there are some things you should and shouldn't say. I wish you wouldn't make horrible accusations like that without any proof. Are you really sure that Owen wrote that letter? How do you know it's not some horrible prank? I think it's a little suspicious to believe it without having checked it out first. It might be a horrible prank set up by someone who has some grudge against me. I don't know who could have something against me, but you never know.
The letter was handwritten. We know Owen's handwriting, but we've also had it confirmed by a professional. He told us that there's no mistake that this was written by my son. Not only that, but it also said that you were giving him sleeping pills on a daily basis. You forced him to take that medication. Apparently, you made him go out and run errands by car after making him take those sleeping pills on purpose. He wrote that he wanted to commit suicide on your anniversary, but he had already given up on protecting himself from you. He was aware of the possibility of leaving this world much sooner than he expected because of the dangerous things you were making him do. He wasn't scared about dying anymore, but he was just worried that he might drag complete strangers into the car accident if he ever had one. You made him take sleeping pills on the day that he passed away, didn't you? In the end, he couldn't even have any control over how he lost his own life.
Don't be silly, Patricia. Owen was a grown adult. Why would he drink the sleeping pills if he knew that I wanted him to get hurt? He shouldn't have gotten in the car if he didn't want to hurt anyone else. You are being too unreasonable, Patricia.
I know. If Owen was in a normal state of mind, he might not have done as you told him. He would not ever have listened to you, and he would have been able to stand up to you. But he wasn't in a normal state of mind, was he? He wrote that he was terrified of arguing back, that you wouldn't take no for an answer and got violent when he tried. He wrote how embarrassed he was for being so weak, and how he felt pathetic that you have gained such an advantage over him. He must have been suffering from depression, and was in no position to protect himself from an abuser like you. That's why he was trying to kill himself. That's why he didn't want to live in this world anymore, not with you.
I'm not listening to this anymore. It hadn't been long since I lost my husband, the love of my life, and I haven't been able to eat, sleep, or even go a day without crying. I'm suffering just as much as you are. And yet you have the nerve to say that I was the one that killed him? It's unbelievable. How could you? I don't want you contacting me ever again.
That is my line, Susie. But before that, you've got to pay for this. I want you to acknowledge that it is your fault that my son is no longer with us. You killed him.
There is no way I'm acknowledging something like that. Do you even have any evidence of what you're accusing me of? You think that one suicide note from Owen will make me confess to the things you say I've done? You're a real idiot if you think so, Patricia. I'm never admitting to anything.
So, you've finally shown your true colors. You're a monster.
I don't care what you think of me or what you call me. It's not long until I receive my inheritance, and then I'll have everything I wanted. You can do whatever you want with that letter. It's not going to go the way you want it to. You can take it to the police, but I doubt that they'll do anything for you. They're not going to lift a finger. A worthless piece of paper like that doesn't mean anything, and it's not going to be evidence of anything.
Oh, it means a lot more than you think. I never said that we only received a letter from my son. There's something else that he sent us. I know for sure that you were playing nasty tricks on him and being violent and shouting verbal abuse at him. I also know for a fact that you were the one who was giving him that sleeping medicine because we have a footage of everything. He sent us a USB filled with recordings of what you were doing to him on a daily basis. He had been filming several angles in the house with hidden cameras to get evidence of what you did.
What?
I bet that you never imagined that he would do something like that, because you thought that you had him in the palm of your hand. But even though he had no intention of living anymore, it looks like his final wish was to bring you down and make you pay for what you did, even if it happened after his death. He did his best in the end in order to make you suffer. To me, this footage and this letter is a message to me, telling me to make you pay for what you've done and give him rest in the afterlife. Otherwise, he must have done all of this to prevent you from inheriting any of his money in the hopes that we, his family, would get more of the share. Don't think for 1 minute that you're going to be able to live the rest of your life in luxury with Owen's money.
Wait a second. Do you seriously have camera footage of the things you're accusing me of?
Yes, of course I do.
Then I want you to show me. I want to see the proof you have. I can't believe what you're saying until you show me the footage you have.
I don't care whether you believe me or not. Why would I risk you trying to damage or steal back the evidence I have? The only people we need to see this footage are the police investigating Owen's death.
Patricia, are you at home right now? You are, aren't you? I'll be right there to check the evidence you have, so will you let me in? I've also got something very important to tell you. The truth is, I was being abused by Owen ever since we got married. He punched and kicked me on a regular basis whenever I said something he didn't like.
Oh, really? You were? And do you have proof to back up the accusation you're making?
Well, I don't have any proof, but it's true.
Then there is no point in me even listening to your lies. You are not getting a single penny of the inheritance Owen left behind for us. And I'm going to make you pay for the sins you have committed. This is my way of sending Owen off and letting him rest in peace.
Patricia, it's not true. You can't believe a couple of clips without knowing the whole truth. Owen and I were in the middle of a horrible argument that was going on for a few months. He must have taken that footage during that argument. We were both in the wrong, and we both did a lot of unforgivable things, but it wasn't me one-sidedly abusing him. He probably edited out all of the inconvenient parts that showed him being just as abusive. That's why I don't want you to take that footage to the police yet. Please, I'm begging you. I haven't done any of the things you're accusing me of. I never tried to kill him.
I'm already talking with the police. It is too late to try to make excuses, and it's too late to try and hide. I've hired a private investigator that's been watching you for the past few days, and they know exactly where you are and what you've been doing. I already know that you've spent the last few weeks living with the man you've been cheating on Owen with. I'm pretty sure that the police will be there in no time, so you'd better sit tight and wait for them. I'm warning you again, but there is no point in running away. My husband and I will make sure that we fulfill our son's final wishes and have you pay for what you've done. After that, Susie was taken away to the station by the police, and she was questioned about Owen's final hours on Earth. It took them a while, but she finally gave in and admitted to giving him sleeping pills and sending him out to drive while he was still under the influence. Once she acknowledged her crime, she was officially arrested and put in jail. It turns out that she had married Owen for his money, and that she had planned to kill my son with the intention of inheriting all his money and his property from the very beginning. My husband and I were very frustrated that we had invited such a calculating woman into our family, even if it was just for a short while. Now that the court case is finally over, she's been sentenced to time behind bars, and the court also judged that she shouldn't receive any of the inheritance that she was originally planning on taking for herself. To be honest, I couldn't help but feel her sentence wasn't enough. And over the course of her case, I had several urges to make her experience exactly what my son felt in his last minutes. But if I made her do the same horrifying thing she did to my son, I would just be stooping down to her level, and barely manage to shake myself of the thought. I know that getting revenge on Susie won't bring my son back, and I know that he wouldn't be happy if I committed a crime for him. I'll just have to bear with it and accept the punishment that the law has chosen for Susie. At the very least, I'm just glad that all of the truth has come to life and that Owen can rest a little easier, knowing that things haven't gone the way Susie planned. But I still can't help but think about what might have changed if I had been much more persistent in asking Owen what was wrong when he came over to eat dinner that day. If he had felt like he could talk to us, perhaps he would still be here. We could have protected him from Susie before he crashed. I thought about all of the possible things we could have done, and all of their outcomes, over and over. But no matter how much I think, nothing will change the fact that Owen is gone, and that he won't come back. The past won't change. My husband and I both suffered from those meaningless thoughts of what if for a while. But now we've become determined to live our lives to the fullest for our son's sake. We decided to spend our time and the massive fortune that Owen left in his inheritance to save people who are really in need. We've been researching organizations and charities and have donated large sums of money to the missions we believe are worth investing in. We hope that the money he left behind will go forward and prevent any more deaths like this, and help those currently suffering at the hands of their abusive partners. Our scars won't heal that quickly, and it's possible that we'll never be able to forget the pain of losing our son before his time. But even so, I want to stand with my husband and look towards the future and overcome Owen's death together.
Hey, Tom, your parents sent us a box of fresh vegetables from their crops. Do you want me to make some Chinese pork dumplings for dinner? You were saying that you only wanted to eat dumplings the other day, weren't you? There's some cabbage and carrots in the box from your parents, so I can make some healthy pork dumplings with plenty of veggies.
Forget about it. I don't need any dinner. I'm going out to eat tonight.
Oh, really? Why?
What do you mean, why? Because I feel like it. I can do whatever I want, can't I?
Oh, okay. Then I can make the dumplings tomorrow evening instead. There's a lot of vegetables, so we've got to use them all up before they go bad.
Just hand the vegetables out to the neighbors or something. We won't be able to use an entire box full that quickly, and it's a waste for us to use them.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be a shame if we can't use them all by their best by date. Then I'll take half for us and give out the other half to the families on either side of us. I think we can manage to use at least half of the box by the end of next week.
Why keep half? Just give the entire box full to the neighbors.
What? But what about our share of the vegetables? Your parents sent them for us to eat. Won't they be disappointed if they hear that we gave all of those vegetables away?
Yeah, but even if we keep them, it's not like we can put them to good use. With you cooking, they'll just transform into a disgusting bowl of yuck. My parents would be happy if their vegetables went to someone who could actually make a proper dish out of them. We don't need any vegetables in our house.
Is my cooking really that bad?
Yeah, it's terrible. And I hate the pork dumplings you make. They're gross. I can barely ever taste the pork, and you use too much cabbage. It's just a plain vegetable dumpling. Blech.
What? You're just overreacting. I always put plenty of pork mince into the dumplings I make. There's just as much pork as there is cabbage.
Well, 50-50 isn't enough. I want at least 90% pork, 10% cabbage. Why do you always insist on including vegetables in the food you make? Do you really think it tastes good? It's just a waste of time, and you waste my time because I always have to pick the vegetables out.
I'm always trying to make dinner with a balanced diet in mind. You need to have some vegetables in your food, Tom. You're always going out to eat and often get fast food on your way home. If anything, most of the food you eat is unbalanced, unhealthy, and doesn't have any proper vegetables in it. So I just thought that it would be best if you could eat something healthy for dinner when you're at home. That's the least we can do to make sure you stay healthy.
And I'm telling you that you're wasting your time. There's no need for you to do that. The reason why your food is always so disgusting is because you do unnecessary things like that and ruin everything. Before thinking about how to make things healthy, why don't you put a little thought into actually making things taste good? Thinking about balance, nutrition, and all that stuff is for the people who have actually got basic cooking skills, which you don't have. It's too soon for you to start thinking about how to keep me healthy, so just focus on making the food I want.
I'm sorry. I really just thought that it was best for your health if I served more vegetables, but I guess that it just had the opposite effect.
Yeah. The more you try and force feed me the gross stuff you make, the more I don't want to eat any vegetables. Got it? I'd rather eat cup noodles and fast food every single day rather than eat the food you make, no matter how unhealthy it is.
But if you take in that much salt and sugar, then it really will make you sick. Shouldn't you cut down on the fast food, even a little? You mentioned that you were worried that you were gaining weight just the other day.
If you don't want me to get sick, then how about you work on your cooking skills and actually make something edible? The only reason why I feel like I have to buy ready-made meals, cup noodles, and always go out to eat in the evenings is because the food you make isn't good enough to satisfy me.
All right, I'll work on it.
Yeah, here's one piece of advice from me. Work on your seasoning. The food you make is always so bland. In order to eat a balanced diet, some fatty foods and salt is necessary, right? But the food you make never has enough flavor on it, and I get bored of it on the first bite. I can't eat a whole dish of the food you make because it's so plain. Your cooking is too extreme. All you think about is making it healthy, so the taste is completely off.
Extreme? Okay. Then I'll be careful with the dinner I make tonight.
Yeah, please. And don't take your time. While you're still working on improving your cooking skills, I can't call my friends over to have dinner, so hurry up and sort yourself out. I can't invite anyone over when you're this embarrassingly bad at cooking.
Really? You've never invited your friends over because you think I'm bad at cooking?
Yeah. What I really want to do is invite some friends over for a home party and host them with some delicious food, but we'll just become the butt of the joke if you can't prepare a decent meal. All my friends will find out how terrible a cook you are, and I'll never be able to invite them over ever again. That's why I'm delaying inviting anyone over until you finally make something I can actually eat.
Oh, well, I didn't know that you thought that my cooking was that bad. So that's what you've really thought of me up until now?
Why don't you try learning how to cook by attending a cooking class with a professional? Though I think that you need one-on-one tuition to be able to get your incompetence corrected. You're a woman. You should feel a little more ashamed about not being able to cook.
In this day and age, I don't think that women should feel ashamed about that. If anything, there are plenty of people, men and women, who don't know how to cook. Though I agree that it's a skill everyone should aim to have.
Even if other people don't know how to cook, I think you should really think about getting some professional help. Especially since you haven't been able to make a single thing that I think tastes half decent.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm sorry. I'll look up some cooking classes and see if there's anything I can learn.
Hey, why aren't you home? Where are you? I'm waiting for you to make me lunch.
Oh, you're already back home? Sorry, I've got a cooking class today, so I won't be back until 5. I thought I told you.
You're still attending that class? What's the point?
Yeah, of course I am. I want to improve my cooking skills and make something you think is delicious. I think I've gotten a lot better since I started. I've started making some pretty high-level dishes recently, and we're currently working on dishes that need a longer preparation time and more instructions. Today we made a roast beef, and I was a little worried it might come out dry, but the instructor told me that it was really good. She said that it was the right amount of juicy and tender.
And you took her seriously? She's just kissing your ass so you don't get upset. You're paying her to teach you how to cook. In other words, you're the customer. She's just worried that she'll lose her money if you get upset that you're not getting praised enough, or if you feel that she's being too strict with you.
That's not true. I had a bite myself, but I think it came out really well too.
Am I supposed to trust your sense of taste? No way. I've never eaten anything you made and thought that it tasted good. Not once. That's not going to change after a few weeks of lessons.
That's because you're a picky eater, Tom.
What? Me? A picky eater? You're going to blame me for not being able to make the food I like?
I'm not blaming you for anything, but it's true that you prefer to eat things that have a higher salt and sugar content, like fast foods, cup noodles, and fizzy drinks. You refuse to eat anything else. You don't even try and take a bite of anything I prepare for you. The only stuff you want to eat is stuff that's bad for you. To be honest, I don't know what I can make for you that you'll actually like.
You really think that I only eat cup noodles because I'm a picky eater? It's the other way around, dumbass. I had no choice but to fill myself up with cup noodles and fast food because you can't make anything that tastes good. It's your fault that I'm eating like this.
But I've improved these past couple of weeks, haven't I? I've learned a lot from my cooking class, about seasoning too. That's what you had an issue with, so I asked the instructor for some advice after lessons. And we don't just learn how to cook, we get to learn a lot about chemical reactions and things.
Huh? You really think that you've gotten better? How? If anything, you just started making fancier looking dishes with more ingredients. So the grocery shopping costs more, but it doesn't taste any different. You're not getting any better at cooking, so you're just wasting our money on the groceries in those cooking classes.
Why do you have such a problem with my cooking? I've been working on making things with a richer, stronger flavoring, just like you asked. I've been doing my best not to decrease the amount of fat, too.
Yeah, but you're still making things with a weird twist to them. What was that lump you made the other day? A tofu burger? And soybean patty?
I made those because it's much healthier to make them with tofu and soybean pulp than with just meat alone. I still included beef and pork mince in the burger, didn't I? 70% of the tofu burger was meat, so that it wouldn't affect the taste so much. I don't think the tofu flavor was that strong.
It was strong enough for me to taste it. I thought I told you to quit with the weird attempts to keep things healthy. I don't need the tofu or the soybean pulp. Stop messing around and just use the original classic burger recipe.
I'm not telling you to eat a 100% healthy diet. I'm just worried because your doctor warned you to stop eating so unhealthily last month. Or have you already forgotten about that? You were worried about your weight, but you haven't made any changes to improve your own diet. You obviously expect me to do something, but complain when I make an effort with my cooking. You can eat whatever you want for breakfast and lunch, but I just think that you should have something healthy for dinner. Especially because it's the last meal before you go to bed.
I've had enough of you lecturing me about my health. Besides, you're wrong about me not doing anything to improve. I've started getting off the train one station earlier in the mornings on the way to work. You may think I'm not doing anything, but I'm making an effort where you're not looking. I'm walking a lot more than I did last month too. That's why you don't have to do anything to change what I eat, and I'm not going to be forced to eat the stuff you make.
You really think that getting off one station earlier and walking that distance to the office will change anything?
Shut up already. Your bad cooking and my health have nothing to do with each other. You haven't gotten better at cooking, and you've just gotten more annoying. It's a waste of money, so quit those cooking classes. You're wasting my money.
Why would you say that? I've been finding time on my days off to go to cooking class because you said that you wanted me to improve.
Well, it's obvious now that no matter how many lessons you take, you're never getting better, so just give up. And it's not just the cooking you need to improve on. You can't even get all the other chores done properly. There's so much you're bad at that it makes me want to ask what you do.
What?
The laundry always comes back with creases, and you're always cutting corners with the cleaning. And you're a terrible cook. There's not one single chore you can get done properly.
I work full-time too, you know. It's hard to get everything done exactly the way you want it, and if you're going to complain that much, then why don't you help?
So you can't juggle work and the chores. Why is that my problem? I bet you can't even get anything done properly at work, can you? You're probably just in the way at your office, so why don't you just resign and focus on the chores?
Of course I can get my work done. I don't want you making assumptions about how efficiently I work at the office just because you don't like my cooking.
Hey, kitchen wrecker. Are you being serious? I thought I told you not to cook. What's all this trash that you had lined up on the kitchen counter?
Trash? Are you really calling the food I spent all day preparing trash? Why do you have to talk about my cooking like that?
So what if I call it trash? I've already thrown it all out along with all the other trash. You wasted some perfectly good ingredients, Jennifer.
What? You threw everything out? The dinner I made for tonight? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
You're not even good at cooking. Why would you waste ingredients on making so many dishes tonight? Were you trying to make me sick or something?
Do you remember what day it is today?
Today? No, what's so special about today?
It's our anniversary, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Now you say that. I completely forgot.
I can't believe you. I worked so hard to prepare a special dinner for us just for tonight. I had everything out on the counter because the only thing left was to bake and roast everything. Why would you throw everything out?
I told you, stop wasting time, money, and ingredients on cooking when you can't make anything worth eating. I'm going out tonight. I'm going out to eat tonight. I've had enough of you and your cooking. If you can't do any of the chores properly, then resign and become a full-time housewife.
Are you really sure that it's my cooking that's the problem? I'm pretty sure that it's your tongue that's messed up.
What? What the hell did you just say? Don't blame me for your incompetence.
But you didn't have to throw everything out. I wanted to see how much I've improved since I started my cooking classes and made all of my best dishes. There were some things that I started marinating last night. It took me a long time to get everything ready, so why would you do that?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that you wasted your time and our money. And if you really wanted me to enjoy our anniversary dinner, then you should have gone out and bought something for us to eat from that supermarket. That would have been a lot better than trying to make me eat all this crap. I don't want to eat anything you make anymore because I know that it's going to taste bad.
You haven't even eaten anything yet. You threw everything away before you even gave me a chance. I wanted you to have a taste and tell me what you thought. I was looking forward to hearing your opinion.
I don't have to eat your cooking to know how bad it is. How many years do you think I've been forced to eat your disgusting meals? It's because you're not focusing on the chores, so hurry up and resign.
So that's what you think? Fine. Don't come crying to me later on.
What's the big deal? Nothing will change just because you resign from your job. If anything, your colleagues will probably be relieved to be rid of you. Hey, what the hell is this?
What, the bowl on the table? That's your dinner. I got it ready just for you.
There's nothing but cabbage, and it's raw. How do you expect me to eat this?
Yeah, and is there a problem?
Are you seriously telling me that this is my dinner? What the hell's wrong with you? I'm not a rabbit. Quit screwing around.
Nothing will come of complaining, Tom. That's all we have. Now that I've stopped working, this is all we can afford. You'll have to be patient with just eating cabbage for a while.
You're being ridiculous. What about the money I'm earning?
You really think that your salary's enough? The money you earn all disappears on the card payments.
You're joking. There's no way that it could all disappear that quickly.
You may not like it, but it's the truth, Tom. It all got swallowed up by the payments you owe to the card company from overspending on eating out and on paying back the scholarship. Up until now, we've been paying for the utility bills and the groceries from my salary.
How can you afford to pay for the bills and the groceries with your tiny income? You earn $1,000 less than I do.
Well, let me give you an update. I'm currently earning way more than you are. Do you mind not looking down on me like that?
What? That's impossible. How could you be earning more than I am?
I actually got a promotion and a few pay raises after we got married. I just didn't tell you. I thought that it would bother you if I was earning more than you do, so I kept quiet. I've known you for long enough to know how proud you are and how it would hurt that pride if I told you that you're not the breadwinner anymore. I didn't want you to pull a tantrum just because I started earning more than you.
You're lying.
Anyway, we don't have enough money to pay for groceries because you told me to resign. From now on, you'll just have to bear with eating either raw cabbage or cabbage soup. You get 1 cabbage for dinner and 1 cabbage to eat for both breakfast and lunch.
How the hell am I supposed to live on cabbage? Can you even eat cabbage raw? Are you supposed to fry it or something first?
Ugh, this is why picky eaters are so annoying. Cabbage is edible raw, and even if it's not that appetizing, you don't have a choice. We don't have the money to buy anything else. That's all you get. If you don't want to starve, you'll just have to grit your teeth and bear with it.
Are you telling the truth? Can we really only afford cabbage? What about bread or rice or spaghetti?
We used up the last of the rice last night. Oh, but we should still have some spices if you take a look at the spice rack. You can sprinkle whatever spice or herb you want on the cabbage and eat it the way you want.
This can't be healthy. I'm going to end up with malnutrition. I doubt it's got all the nutrients a grown adult needs.
But it's better than eating nothing, isn't it? It's either cabbage or nothing. If you don't like it, don't eat it. It's up to you. I'm not going to force you to eat something you don't want anymore. But don't blame me for what happens when you refuse to eat.
Hey, I feel like I'm going to go crazy from how hungry I am. I've been drinking water whenever I feel hungry to make the hunger go away, but it's not enough. I can't take it anymore. Please, Jennifer, you've got to do something.
Oh, really? What a shame. Then how about you have dinner early?
But it's just another cabbage again, isn't it? I want something else. I'm sick of cabbage. I'm sick of smelling cabbage. I'm sick of looking at cabbage. I'm so hungry that I'm starting to feel sick too.
Are you sure you don't want to have dinner? I've prepared 2 whole cabbages for you to eat tonight. I think you'll be full when you're done with eating them.
I told you I don't want to eat any more cabbage. I don't even want to look at it. I think I'm going crazy. And where on earth are you? You're never here when I get home from work. I haven't seen you in days. What have you been doing every night?
Me? I'm actually at your parents' house.
My parents' house? What for?
Your mom was nice enough to invite me over for dinner.
What? You're having dinner with my parents? How is that fair? Why do you get to eat a proper dinner with them while I have to eat a cabbage?
Your mom's fried chicken is the best. I have got to get her to teach me her recipe. She says that she's going to give me all the leftovers to take home, so I'll have something to eat for breakfast and for lunch tomorrow, too. I've been coming over to eat a few times, so I've learned a lot of cooking hints from your mom this past week.
What? You left me to eat cabbages and practically starve, while you go and get pampered by my mom and eat her special fried chicken? I want to go and eat dinner with my parents too. I'm headed straight over.
This is a message from your mom and dad. They said, "We don't have any food to give you, so don't you dare turn up on our doorstep."
What? Why not? I'm their son. How come you're welcome to eat with them and I'm not? You're just their daughter-in-law. Why do you get special treatment?
Because I told your mom everything you did and said to me. I went and asked for her advice after the first time you told me to resign from being a terrible wife. And what do you think your family said when they heard how you've been treating me? They assured me that I wasn't in the wrong and that it was all because of how picky an eater you are. They told me that it was all your own fault. Your mom was especially angry when she heard how you were talking down to me about being incapable of doing the chores and balancing work. Probably because she understands more than anyone else how difficult it is to stay on top of the chores, especially when juggling work and, in her case, raising a child.
So she doesn't care about me starving to death anymore?
And your dad was laughing that cabbage should be more than enough as punishment for a dumbass like you. Your grandpa, grandma, and your little sister are all here too. But unfortunately for you, they're all on my side and they agree that you're completely in the wrong. You're the one that told me to resign without thinking about the consequences, so it's your own fault. You pretty much asked for this, Tom.
Yeah, but how was I supposed to know that it would turn out like this? That I would be forced to live on cabbages? I didn't even know about your pay raise. Could I have known without you telling me?
Regardless of that, this might be a good choice for you to fix your pickiness and start eating healthily. Up until now, you've been acting like a spoiled child when it comes to food. But now that you're finally eating your greens, you've taken one more step towards becoming an adult. Even though it's far too late for you to be growing up after all these years.
Please, I'm really hungry. Can you ask them to let me have one proper meal? I won't ever say that I don't want to eat this or that. I won't refuse to eat the food you give me. I won't complain anymore, I promise.
So you were aware that you were complaining unnecessarily? Now that I've got the chance, I'm going to make one thing very clear. My cooking isn't bad at all. At first I doubted my own skills, but after attending cooking class and having a professional taste my cooking, I realized that it wasn't me after all. It's all because you're a picky eater.
I'm sorry that I said that you're a bad cook. I really won't complain anymore. I don't care what you give me. I'd happily eat it over having to eat one more head of cabbage.
Too bad I'm never cooking for you ever again. The reason why you only have cabbage to eat right now is because it's karma for everything you've said to me. It's also karma for wasting the food I made on our anniversary by throwing it all in the trash. It's also punishment for trampling on the effort and consideration I put into making that dinner.
I know, I'm sorry. I knew that you were just thinking about my health, but I was too stupid to just be honest and accept it. I was really being childish by complaining and expecting you to answer to all my complaints. I'm sorry. And no matter how much I complained, you did everything you could to try and meet me halfway. By going to cooking class and making the food you make as healthy as possible. But I was super insensitive and acted like a total asshole. I'm really sorry.
It's too late for you to realize that now. Now you can't even afford to go out and eat fast food. Serves you right, Tom. You don't know how satisfying this is.
I've suffered enough, right? And I've apologized to you over and over. Please. Can't you just give me something? Just some toast or even some fruit? Something other than cabbage. I don't care what you give me.
Yeah, I think you would be happy no matter what I gave you right now. But I've got a better idea. If you're hungry, why don't you go out and eat the grass on the side of the road outside? That way you won't have to pay a single cent. After that, my husband turned up at his parents' house and he got down on his knees and begged me for his forgiveness on their doorstep. However, I refused to forgive him for how arrogant he was, and I handed him the divorce papers right on the spot. My in-laws wouldn't forgive him either and refused to give him any food to eat. Instead, they chased him out of the house and told him to work things out on his own. All I can say is that I think he got what he deserved. By the way, I told him that I had resigned from my job, but that was actually a complete lie. I didn't give in my resignation, but I asked my manager if I could take a couple of weeks off work using the paid holidays that I had accumulated for this year. I used that time to slowly move my things out of the house Tom and I were living in, and now I've moved into another apartment, and I've gotten back to work. Once we were divorced, my ex-husband had a hard time paying for groceries, and he also started getting behind on paying the rent and was eventually kicked out of the house. His family refused to help him, so now he's relying on his friends to let him stay on their couches for a few weeks at a time. And now, either because of his bad eating habits up until now, or because of the malnutrition he's suffered, it's not clear which is at fault, but he's now gotten sick and has been visiting the hospital on a regular basis. Apparently, his doctor has given him strict rules for what to eat and what not to eat, and he can no longer eat his favorite fast foods and cup noodles. Ever since divorcing my husband, no one has ever told me that my cooking tastes bad. If anything, I've gotten nothing but praise for how delicious my cooking is, and I've been asked for tips and hints on how to make certain recipes. It turns out I was right about that idiot's sense of taste being out of order. Now I'm free of him and his complaints. I've gotten a lot more confident about my cooking skills, and I'm having a lot more fun trying new recipes and cooking methods.